And the 1998 PBA Tour is underway.
Well, Ricky Ward starts out with a great strike and a smile. Now here comes Norm Duke, our first look, and the people love him. You'll hear him go Duke, Duke, Duke all day long as he's out here. Very talented player. Had a little trouble in warm-up, so we'll see how he responds.
He is after his 14th title. He was the 1994 PBA Player of the Year, and
now Norm got a little distracted on the first shot. He's going to have to learn, Mike, that distractions are a part of Pro Bowlers Tour right now.
With this new format.
Now no distractions with that strike. A great shot, just barely got the 10-pin to fall late. We're all tied up after one frame. We'll take another look at Norm Duke. Look at that style, a little bit of a hop, but the ball was already gone. Watch the 6-pin as it kicks out the 10 just barely.
I was talking to Norm about this new format with the crowd cheering the entire time, and I asked him if it might distract him, and he said no, he thinks it'll pump him up.
Well, if he gets things going, if he can start out with a double here, but look at the ball slide. It never picked up the proper roll. He liked it off his hand, but wasn't able to get the ball to pocket.
Norm Duke.
We'll see that little bit of a hop again. He's wishing the ball back up in the pocket. Right now, he knows it's not going to get there. Well, he'll get up, make the spare. Send it back over to Ricky Ward.
Norm Duke is 5'5", 123 pounds. He could be a jockey.
Well, it just goes to show, Mike, that size really doesn't make much difference on our tour. Ricky Ward, another short man, a little bit stockier than Norm Duke, but we have short, tall, in between, all sorts of sizes out here on Pro Bowlers Tour. And a great double to start out the match for Ricky Ward. Very important to get off to a hot start. He looks good. He looks like he's pretty darn confident early in the match. He wants the people to be louder.
This is a guy who started bowling in the youth leagues in Fort Myers, locked onto the sport very quickly, and just worked his way up through the ranks. He told me he loves this new format.
Ooh, the messenger just goes right in front of the 7-pin. Ricky Ward, a player that, as I've said in the past, is not extraordinarily flashy, but gets the job done and is not afraid to throw the strikes when he needs them. So take a look at the pin act. You can see the head pin go in front of the 7. No problem making that spare.
Ricky Ward, the 1991 PBA Rookie of the Year, and Norm Duke down 9 into the third frame.
Well, he made a good shot here in the first frame. Got the 10-pin to fall out at the last minute. Needs to start striking and leaves the solid 10 that time. Actually, looked like a better delivery than he had in the first frame, but not as good a result.
Well, as we were watching him in the warm-ups, you said he was struggling.
He was having trouble. As you watch the 6-pin wrap right around the 10-pin, leaving that solid ringing 10, he didn't seem to have command of the lanes the way I know he would like to. And he's stuck with this ball throughout most of the tournament. I'm surprised he doesn't have another ball to go to. Norm Duke, a player that can throw the big hook or the straight shot. He's opted for the straight shot. He tried to hook the ball a little bit in practice, but was not able to get it back.
Norm Duke working on a spare into the fourth frame.
Still trying to feel himself around this pair, championship pair of 17 and 18 here at Harvest Park Bowl. Came in light last time on lane 17.
And again.
And virtually the same shot, Mike. He liked the way that ball came off his hand. It just is not picking up a roll in the back end. He leaves a difficult 2-10 split. He'll throw the ball fairly direct and hard at this shot. You can see the ball just not quite getting up to the pocket. Could have easily just left the 2-pin, but the 10-pin stands as well.
Norm Duke began bowling after his dad bought a bowling center back in 1972 in Mount Pleasant, Texas.
And too much of the 2-pin does not cover.
Wait, we got a
And so we head now to the fourth frame for Ricky Ward, and he leads by 23. Back in Brentwood, Ricky Ward heading to the fourth frame, up by 23 pins over Norm Duke in our first match of 1998.
Always a tough shot coming out of commercial. Let's see how he handles the pressure. Gets a great mixing strike, and right now it just is very apparent to me that Ricky Ward has a better command of the championship pair, 17 and 18. We take a look at this ball, watch it dive back to the right, mix them up, a little friendly action of the head pin.
Ricky's best finish in 1997 was a first at the Greater Detroit Open. And here this week, he's had a very consistent week. He was 16th after the first round, 9th after the second. He dropped to 18th after the third, but then it was 9th, and he climbed to 5th.
Oh, great shot. Could have taken a 33-pin lead. With that spare, he'll stay 23 pins up, and that's a very, very good break for Norm Duke, who's trying to figure out the championship pair, but not having a lot of luck so far.
And Ricky Ward finishes off the spare in the 5th frame.
Norm Duke staying with that same ball.
Down 23 pins. 33-year-old Norm Duke.
All right, well, Mikey's been able to hit the pocket on lane 18, has 2 strikes and that solid 10. Take a look at that pin action. That's just basically 10 in the pit. That ball was thrown perfectly. This is the lane that's given Norm trouble. He has to make some type of adjustment. Either slow his speed down, or he's going to move farther to the right on the approach and go more direct on lane 17.
He's been coming in a little light.
Very important shot for Norm.
And he got it.
And he got a great break, and he was surprised that ball didn't hook up. It would have been a little bit higher. That lane is extraordinarily tight in the back end. Not getting the ball to hook up as good as he'd like, but was able to get the job done.
And as we were talking yesterday, Marshall, you told me that you think Norm Duke is probably better than anybody else at making adjustments.
I think he's the most gifted player on our tour. And look at the pressure Norm Duke puts on Ricky Ward. Ricky Ward comes up with the 1-3-7-9 washout. All of a sudden, this game can be very, very close, and is very, very close. You see the ball just got off to the left, never did make the break back into the pocket. Leaves himself a very makeable conversion, but difficult. Needs a hook, and a great conversion for Ricky. Keeps a little of that momentum, save himself a lot of pins. He stays up by 9 pins. If he misses that spare, Norm Duke would have been put in the lead while sitting on the bench.
So Ricky Ward up by 9 as we head to the 7th frame.
Take another look. You see he gets just to the right of the head pin. Slams that head pin right into the 7. Ball takes out the 3 and the 9.
Not quite.
Tried to get there, but a little bit of a soft 7. Now an 8-pin lead with a conversion, and Norm Duke is right back into the match.
Ricky Ward gets the spare in the 7th frame, but Norm Duke with a chance to take the lead when we come back.
And Mike, I use the PBA internet site in order to update myself prior to coming down and doing the telecast. I want to see what's happening in the first day or two of a tournament, and when I'm not on site, I dial it up.
Norm Duke working on 2 strikes.
The experienced Norm Duke. He's feeling it on lane 18. If he can get lane 17, if he gets lane 17 figured out just a little bit better, he could be unstoppable.
He has taken the lead up by 2 now.
Take a look at the way the 6-pin does the job on the 10-pin. Pros love to see that. Amateurs too.
He's 44 and 38 in championship rounds. PBA computer rankings have Norm Duke ranked 3rd.
Here's his key lane. Will the ball hook? No, it did not. He's fortunate to get 8 pins, and he's still wondering, going, Norm, how come that ball isn't hooking back up the pocket? Yeah, he just barely got to the head pin. See the way the head pin goes to the sideboard, knocks the 8-pin. He's wishing it back up there again, going, well, why? Norm Duke, a great spare shooter. No trouble. If he wants to win this match and continue on and have a chance to win the tournament, he must figure out lane 17.
And the match is even as Ricky Ward heads to lane 18 for the 8th frame.
Well, here's where matches are won and lost, Mike. Coming down the stretch, it's a tie game right now. Ricky left the washout on this lane the last time. Does he adjust to it? You better believe he does.
Ricky Ward striking in the 8th.
Right now, Ricky Ward has the opportunity to leave the game in his own hands. If he strikes here in the 9th frame, there's no way Norm Duke could shut him out. We're even right now through 8. And Ricky Ward with a strike up in the 8th has the hammer.
Norm Duke looking on, Ricky Ward in the 9th.
And really a bad break. That's the kind of hit that normally would carry on Pro Bowlers Tour. That light hit, mixing the pins up. Another good break for Norm Duke, and I think he's thanking his lucky stars right now.
And I think amateur bowlers will know this too, that you can throw a good ball and still not knock them all down.
Well, that's one of the difficult parts about bowling, is that you really can make a great shot. As Ricky Ward almost misses the 10 pin.
No problem, he says.
He says, hey, no big deal. I had it all the way. Norm Duke, he must strike on this ball to stay even with Ricky Ward. This is the lane that has not been giving him trouble.
Almost big trouble there.
Hits the pocket. The 10 pin and the 7 were standing. Fortunately, the messenger knocked the 10 pin out. We'll take a look at the pin action. A little bit light in the pocket. Watch the headboard go to the head pin go to the sideboard. Come back, get that old 10 pin out of there. He's leaving just the 7. He's down by 1.
Down by 1.
It's getting like tighter.
And he got it.
And now Norm Duke has the very, very difficult task of having to strike out on lane 17. You know, I talked to him last night, and I asked him, how come you were so intense in the 10th frame? How come you didn't just throw it down the middle? All you needed was just a few pins. He said, Marshall, I wanted to get to 4th place because I wanted to have the decision to be able to start or finish where I wanted to. He said, Marshall, any kind of edge I can get, I want any edge. Well,
And he wants the crowd to give him some edge right now. And you can hear the crowd chanting, Duke, Duke.
He's got what he wants. He's able to finish on the lane he chose, but this is the lane he's been having trouble with. A little softer speed. Oh. And a great shot that just did not quite kick out the 10.
So the door is open now for Ricky Ward.
With a spare and a strike for Norm Duke, he can do no better than 202, forcing Ricky Ward to fill 19 pins in the 10th frame. This game is still not decided. With a spare in the 10th. Now important for Norm to get every last pin he can. He doesn't want to give too much room to Ricky Ward. After Norm's credit, he made the best shot of the match on lane 17 in the 10th frame. Once again, as you said earlier, sometimes great shots don't strike. That was the case with Norm.
And the pressure now on Ricky Ward.
Now, Norm's got the lanes figured out now, but will he have a chance to bowl on it again? Ricky Ward will have the decision to make on that.
Ricky Ward heading to the 10th. Norm Duke rolls a 202.
A strike, he's a winner.
He's a winner.
Not so flashy, Ricky Ward. He knows how to get it done. He's not intimidated by the moment. And just a great shot. Look at that great arm swing. Tucks the ball in close to his ankle. Beautiful roll. And we'll take a look at how happy that made Ricky. He knows he's a winner. Just has to make sure he doesn't do anything too stupid here. He gets 8. All he needs to do on this ball is just get one of them. If he gets one of these 2 pins, I think I'll go out on a limb and say that Norm Duke has done bowling for the day. Ricky Ward will advance to go against Jason Couch. Unless, barring something absolutely amazing, it's not going to happen. He's your winner.
And so Ricky Ward finishes off Norm Duke in our first match of the day. Ricky Ward.